Beneath the clear waters of the Peloponnese in southern Greece lies a place where time seems to have stopped. A place that doesn't appear on modern maps, isn't mentioned by ancient historians, and is absent from great legends. Yet it has existed for almost 5,000 years. Just a few meters below the surface rests a fully formed city, with precisely planned streets, multi-room houses, inner courtyards, storage buildings, and a natural harbour perfectly aligned with the ancient trade routes of the Aegean. This city is called Pavlopetri, and what surprises most is its almost impossible level of preservation. Not scattered remains or structures worn down by time, but a clear and readable urban layout. This is Travel in History, where every mystery has a story and every story hides a deeper secret. Join us as we explore strange facts, dark legends, and the questions no one dares to ask. If you're curious, brave, and love a good mystery, you're in the right place. Subscribe and let the journey begin. It is the oldest submerged city ever discovered, older even than the first great Greek polis. A place that proves how advanced Mediterranean coastal communities were long before the rise of classical Greece. Despite its age, Pavlopetri speaks to us with extraordinary clarity. 3D scans have revealed an organized urban network, wide streets, carefully constructed buildings, and public spaces designed for an active community. This was not a simple village, but a maritime center with a defined structure. Archaeologists have found houses with multiple rooms, craft production areas, and surfaces that appear to be platforms used for ceramic work. The city was perfectly positioned for trade. Minoan ceramics, fine textiles, oils, wines, and possibly metals from the Near East passed through here. Its natural harbour was the true treasure of Pavlopetri. Protected from currents and facing the major Aegean trade routes, it allowed merchants to dock safely. Large and well-organized warehouses suggest a city specialized in the exchange and distribution of goods. This is why many scholars describe it as a sea city, part of a maritime network connecting Crete, the Cyclades, North Africa, and southern Italy. But how did it end up underwater? Researchers have identified three main causes: earthquakes, tectonic shifts, and rising sea levels. The Peloponnese is a highly seismic region, and repeated quakes over centuries caused the ground to sink. Meanwhile, sea levels rose slowly but steadily, eventually overtaking the city. There was no single catastrophic event. Pavlopetri disappeared gradually as the water advanced and the land subsided. The sea covered it, but also protected it. The structures remained almost intact, like a time capsule frozen beneath the waves. For archaeologists, Pavlopetri is a precious window into a little-known past, the early organized maritime communities of the Mediterranean. At a time when great civilizations were just beginning to emerge, this site shows that coastal life was already complex, interconnected, and deeply tied to the sea. The city proves that the Aegean communities were not isolated. They were linked by a network of trade, knowledge, and traditions that we can now reconstruct thanks to this extraordinary submerged world. Some scholars compare Pavlopetri to Atlantis, but without myths or legends. Pavlopetri is solid proof that advanced cities can disappear beneath the sea while preserving their structure for thousands of years. Today, through digital reconstructions, it feels almost as if we can walk through its ancient streets suspended in the blue, a city that lived thanks to the sea and was eventually reclaimed by it. Yet perhaps the most fascinating aspect of Pavlopetri is the silence with which it remained hidden. For millennia, it rested beneath only a few meters of water, invisible but intact, while above it, new civilizations rose, expanded, and vanished. Its story is the story of cities that make no noise, yet hold some of the most important answers. Through its remains, we learn how ancient coastal communities managed trade, organized public spaces, built their homes, and interacted with the forces of nature. Recent studies suggest that Pavlopetri was part of a much wider system, not an isolated settlement, but a key node in a maritime landscape that connected several Bronze Age communities across the eastern Mediterranean. This makes it one of the most valuable testimonies of the relationship between humans and the sea during that era. Every new dive reveals details that enrich our understanding. Small ceramics, domestic tools, fragments of daily life that tell the story of a vibrant, industrious, and surprisingly modern community. And so, as we observe it today through advanced technology, Pavlopetri continues to speak. Not through grand monuments, but through the simplicity of real life. Streets that led to the harbor, houses built to endure, spaces designed for community and work. A city that did not seek glory, but balance, trade, and everyday living. This is precisely why its story is so powerful. Pavlopetri reminds us that not all lost civilizations need myths to be extraordinary. Sometimes the sea itself is enough, protecting, transforming, preserving. And today, thanks to research, this hidden city is no longer a secret. It has risen again, telling us what remains when time slips away, and what survives even when everything disappears. Pavlopetri is not just a submerged city, it is a living memory of the Mediterranean, a testament to what we once were and to what we still have left to discover. If you know more or have theories, let us know in the comments. We read them all. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more mysteries like this one.